What's your question?
My question is, why did this board schedule this meeting for Father's Day and take all these people away from their families on a Sunday?
You don't have to come.
I'm also a Democrat. I've voted for all of you numerous times. I am fervently against the Edgemont Corporation. However, after watching what's been going on the past few months, I must say that I am embarrassed, I am angry, and I don't understand how you, my elected officials, can stoop to this level of...
My name is Dan Weinfeld. I'm one of the co-founders of the Hartsdale Neighbors Association. We organized last fall in response to many challenges, but primarily in response to the threat posed by Edgemont Corporation. We take the second seat in no one in our opposition, and I hope Edgemont does not incorporate. That said, there's a limit to the sacrifices and to the tactics we're willing to encourage and willing to approve in order to help defeat this cause, or defeat corporations we think will pay the price for.
But I am here tonight on behalf of the Executive Board of the Council of Greenburgh Civic Associations to tell you not to do this. You are doing this not just to these folks in Edgemont, you're doing it to all of us who live in Greenburgh. You're taking away our rights. You're telling us that we're second-class citizens, that every other town, people can vote, not us. But you know, Edgemont, I'm glad you turned out. I come here week after week and try to speak for the whole town. And you know what? They don't listen. Edgemont, I'm proud of you. Unincorporated Greenburgh is with you. I'm glad you all turned out. Now you see how your board works.
My name is Karen Techno. I live in the Hartsdale section of Greenburgh. I'm a Democrat. As some of you may know, I'm a Democratic district leader. Have you people even thought, I mean, are you people all on the committee to reelect Pastorino? Do you understand that when you suppress votes, you're basically giving a carte blanche to Rob Astorino, to everybody running? I realize that you guys have safe seats, but there are plenty of people in town who do not.
You guys are trying to take away these people's mind, right? I left communism to come to democracy. You guys are trying to take it away. You are scared. There is no way in the world you'd hold this meeting if you properly did your job on Thursday and Friday. You screwed up. That's why you're having this meeting. You have never showed anything to prove to these people that out of the goodness of your heart, you go out of your way to make it easier on them. So I know that you messed up. My question to you is, you raised massive beach. There is a law that has been around for hundreds of years that has to do with village incorporation. And then all of a sudden, there is something that is specifically applicable to Greenburgh. Nobody else in New York would raise this for Greenburgh. Only you. No other town is trying to incorporate besides Edgemont right now. Well, you say this is not about Edgemont, this is about the future. Why the skullduggery? Why are you trying to run these meetings at the last minute without putting any notices? Why? Who in the state of New York cared to come up and say, right now, we need to do this for Greenburgh because there is a danger. Let's leave Edgemont aside because this does not apply to Edgemont. How are you running this town? How are you a Democrat?
Supervisor Feiner, you said that this shouldn't apply to Edgemont's petition. That is only the case if you assume that the court is going to overturn your decision. I assume you're not assuming that. In that case, any new petition, this would apply to. So therefore, you are trying to avoid Edgemont filing a petition because one would think you think that the court's going to uphold the decision. And that I don't agree with. And I certainly don't agree with you saying that it doesn't apply to Edgemont when you clearly do. Second, The town resolution, the one printed off the website, says that that a new village only be incorporated on a majority vote of qualified town voters. If that resolution is wrong, you should correct it before you repass it today. Because you said that isn't what you were looking for, and that isn't what the legislation was supposed to say. Third, a home rule petition is a really powerful thing that local government is allowed to do when there is generally no objection. I find it really offensive that you're jeopardizing your relationship with our legislators by offering something which clearly is not a consensus position of the town, even if it is of the town board. And I hope it's not. Thank you.
Seeing as this is a public comment, and seeing as you're doing this for the purposes of trying to pass this resolution properly, I guess my one question is there anything that can be said tonight that would keep you from signing this resolution? Do we have to talk about constitutionality? Do we have to talk about the fact that people in Fairview and Hartsdale aren't interested in this either? Is there anything that can be said? Anything?
Silence, Stephanie!
You have my minute. Give us an answer. This way these people can know what to say. Or whether or not there's even any process, any open meeting process at all that's being followed here. So this all is on video, so that all of the legislators and all the senators will know that. I want to know, what can be said by the public that would actually get you to consider this? Anything? Nothing.
I'm for this. I think it's the right thing for the town.
For what town?
For the town of Greenburgh.
So you
right now it's before the state legislature. It's going to be before the state legislature, and the state legislature and the governor will decide whether they think this is in the long-term interests of the state. So that's my. People that
It's not your call.
Oh, no. I'm happy for him to expand. He's basically saying to us right now that there's nothing that anybody can say to convince him. He's so closed-minded. That's what you're saying. That's what your position is. Closed-minded. It doesn't matter what the law is. It doesn't matter what the Constitution is. It doesn't matter what any of your constituents say.
You're totally corrupt.
Let everybody be quiet so we have you know what? You're asking for civility.
No.
I want to make.
You're not civil. You're corrupt. Totally corrupt. That's your
Mr. Feiner, I just asked you a question, and you sat and looked at your phone for a minute, and then you're telling us about civility.
Let me just. There would also have to be a 5-year analysis of budgets, property taxes, and other things.
Mr. Feiner, point of order. If you are planning on leaving at 9:30 and plan to filibuster the entire time, just let us know. Okay. So hang on.
Let us speak.
Before we get on to this, you understand that we created a financial feasibility study, and we wrote an email to the Greenburgh Unincorporated Citizens Committee, basically outlining how to mitigate these things over the 5-year period. And in your tenure, you have never put together a 5-year financial plan. So how are you in best position to tell? Mr. Morgan, our kids are playing baseball together. Are you prepared to stand and do this with him? Mr. Jones, did you speak to the people at the Theodore Young Center about this and ask them whether or not they were willing to give up their rights for potentially an alignment on tax dollars? Ms. Juettner, Mr. Sheahan, are you prepared to put your years of democratic service behind a law only in Greenburgh that removes the rights when the law that's actually that this is based on for New York statewide is just sitting there and isn't moving at all? Are you all prepared to basically put your names on this one? He's going to be retired at some point. He's going to go away. And then you're going to have a career. You're going to your legacy. You will forever have this on video. You will be the ones who have decided with this guy that you don't want to have people have the right to vote. This is akin to trying to win an election by passing a law to remove elections. That's what your legacy will be.
Exactly.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Wow.
What the?
Share!